Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta get into position here. I gotta make a video right now. This is for YouTube. YouTube, you'll be seeing this. I'm blown away right now. This has been the most unbelievable week, maybe that I've ever seen in politics. Since I've been involved. Uh, this has been crazy. So, just for the record, when I'm recording this, it is July 5th, Friday, July 5th. We are just over a week removed from the first presidential debate of the 2024 cycle, general election debate. And it was clearly not a good debate for Biden. It didn't look good. It didn't look good. But that's not what this video is about. This video is not about the debate. This video is about the aftermath of the debate. What's going on? What's happening? Is Biden, gonna survive as the candidate? I don't know. So I'm gonna take you guys through chronologically what's been happening this last week. I've tried to make this video, I swear to you, 4 times. 4 times. And every time I make it, something new happens. Up until literally just 10 minutes before I clicked the button to record right now, we had another update that I've gone ahead and thrown on the end of my little, browser presentation here. Ladies and gentlemen, I suppose, get right into it. So it all started after the debate. Things got bad for Biden quick within his own party. Everyone sort of realized that he was a little more unfit than people had sort of realized. And this is kind of what started coming out a little bit after the debate, just a couple days ago. But this just kind of sums up what's been happening a little bit. New York Times reported that Biden told an ally he's considering whether to end his campaign. So he was considering it. It wasn't just some random thing on the internet. It was a big deal. And that's kind of where things stood for a little while, and it's kind of where I expected things to end. I didn't even really plan on making a video about it, maybe record a podcast about the debate, how it went, whatever. It is what it is. So we'll go ahead and move on here. This was just another thing about that real quick. The White House did deny then that he had considered dropping out. I saved this just to show. Then this started happening. Biden and Harris called, a bunch of meetings, meeting with all their staff members, and it kind of looked like they weren't really projecting confidence. Like there was something happening behind the scenes that, we weren't seeing, but that seemed pretty important. Then, along with that, a little more pressure started to be put on them. The Boston Globe, this is what I put on here, the Boston Globe editorial board called on Biden to end his campaign. It was not the first to do that. The New York Times editorial board, I believe the Washington Post, The Economist, and a few other papers, editorial boards called for the end of Biden's campaign. So a little more pressure started to be adding as people started to realize actually the calls for him to drop out were not over. This was big. It was posted here. It said, "Is it actually happening?" One Democratic strategist who worked on Biden's 2020 campaign and still speaks regularly to the senior campaign officials with the campaign now told The Independent on Wednesday that there's no question that Harris would soon be passed the torch, and described it not so much as a matter of whether Biden will make the unprecedented decision, but when. You can't say these things with 100% certainty, but that looks bad. It really does look bad. There's no other way to put it. It's rough. It's rough. I'm gonna put these to the side. I don't even need these. I'm not gonna show you guys any videos today. I'm not gonna show you guys any videos, so I don't even really need that. We'll move on. Then this came out. A leak. A supposed, seems fairly credible, internal poll from Democratic sources that showed really, really bad results for Joe Biden. with the full field in the poll, Kennedy and Stein and West and Oliver and, all of the other people that'll be on the ballot in most of the states. It showed Biden and Trump tied in Minnesota and in Maine. It showed Trump leading in New Mexico, Virginia, New Hampshire, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. It was bad. It was really, really bad. If you just go ahead and look here, it shows, a 10-point win for Trump in Georgia. Only a 1.9% win for Biden in Colorado. It was a bad looking poll and a bad leak, it seems. Then stuff like this started to get posted. This is far from the only case of this, but a lot of big donors began, threatening to halt or just flat out halting their donations until Biden was replaced as the candidate. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting for sure. And that led us to more recently. When are we going to hear from Biden directly? Well, we heard from Biden, and he said this. He said right here, just in this tweet and in a speech that he did in Wisconsin, "Let me say this as clearly as I can. I am the sitting president of the United States. I'm the nominee of the Democratic Party. I'm staying in the race." Done and dusted, right? Well, that's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. That seems like it would end it, and right there, I sat down and I prepped to make this video. And then I kind of looked a little bit more at this Forbes article. Here's who is calling on Joe Biden to drop out. 3 House Democrats, pundits, and an ex-White House staffer. If you go down here, tons of former candidates and figures, Cenk Uygur, Andrew Yang, whatever. Former Rep. Tim Ryan, who ran for Senate in Ohio. Wealthy Biden supporters, more of which, including Mark Cuban, like I said, the New York Times editorial board earlier. And then 3 sitting Democratic congressmen called for him to drop out. 3. It's not so many. There's over 200 Democratic congressmen, right now. So it's far from the end of the world, but it showed sort of some cracks within the party, it felt like. And that brings me to this. At his speech that he did today, you could see his own supporters behind him, right here. Signs that say, "Pass the torch." I'll go ahead and drop a like on this tweet right now. Very helpful information. Rough. I mean, rough. You don't want to see that at your own rallies. Tonight, it is not aired yet. As of recording this, if something big happens, you'll probably not see this, or if you do, there'll be another video up soon, or podcast or something. But he's doing an ABC News interview tonight to try and sort of quell the, talk about him not being so good for the candidate right now, for being the candidate right now. They said it would be aired without edits, which is probably not so good for him. The Boston Globe, here we are today. We have a current governor saying that Biden should carefully evaluate whether he remains our best hope to defeat Donald Trump. People within the Democratic Party right now are saying, maybe he shouldn't be the nominee. It seems like he's not going to win, and this is another big high-profile case of just that. Next up, this has been reported a lot. Since it came out just very recently. This tweet says, "Key Progressive Caucus members set to call for Biden to withdraw from presidential race on Monday." Mind you, it is currently Friday, on the 5th. So that would be on the 8th, July 8th, that we could see a number of prominent sitting members in Congress call for him to drop out. It's a tough look. It's a tough look for sure. And then I see this. Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader and leader of the House Democrats, is going to convene and hold a virtual meeting on Sunday. Seems to, suggest that, the talk about what they're going to do on Monday, who's going to call for Biden to drop out next week, could be discussed here. It adds a little bit of validity to those other claims made by, the nation. Now NBC is reporting this, so it sort of adds a little bit of validity. I thought I'd add that in. Then we got this. The fourth sitting representative has called for Biden to drop out. This was just now. Right before I clicked the button to go and not go live, to record this. Unbelievable. And then this, I want to throw this in here. I saw this a little earlier, but it's unconfirmed. We may never see anything come from it. You never know. But Senator Mark Warner seeks to assemble a group of Democratic senators to ask Biden to exit race. Who knows? They may not call for it publicly. They may ask him privately. They may get on a call or suggest it privately. I don't know. But this is from the Washington Post. I don't know. Yeah, he's a sitting senator in Virginia, and it seems like he's trying to get a group of other senators to call for him to end the campaign. So, ladies and gentlemen, what an unbelievable turn of events. The election is in 4 months. We are about 1 month out from the Democratic National Convention, where Biden will be officially chosen as the nominee, or not, but where he would be expected to be chosen as the nominee. We have time. Within the next week, we're probably going to hear who Donald Trump's pick is for vice president. And we could get a lot more stories like what I just showed you right now. I don't know. But I wanted to share this with you because it's been an unbelievable ride this last week, seeing how things go. And just today, it's been crazy. So I'll let you know if anything happens with that ABC interview with Biden. I'll just let you know. I'll keep you updated. I want to do more of this on YouTube, right here on YouTube, on Twitch, twitch.tv/newrobinlol, NEWROBINLOL, over there, or follow Jetcast, JETT cast, on Spotify, or a few other alternate podcast locations. I believe on Amazon you can get it, and maybe on Apple Podcasts as well, but Spotify is, sort of my main spot where I know that it's going. So follow me over there. We'll have more updates over there for sure. Boy, we're in for a crazy day, week, month, and months ahead with this election. If you care about American politics, man, you're not gonna be bored. I'll tell you that. You're not going to be bored. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you guys appreciate the update, and I'll see you later. Peace.